Hello and welcome to the final round of the ASSETTO Corsa Competizione Tier 1 race here. I will be your commentator, Nicholas Domino, for this 90-minute thriller. We are at the moment at Leguna SECA, as some of you may recognize the track from other sims and other league races. We do apologize that we have been such a long time before we have really gotten into to the streaming and commentating for this particular league. I have graciously just said that I would try and provide the community with one for this race. As some of you may remember, I did the 8 hour of Leguna, so I am a bit familiar with the track. I have no idea about a lot of these drivers, but it's gonna be good. We are, of course, at the last round, and therefore also this will be the championship decider. The championship is, if I can find them over here on their qualifying lap, in P3 with the Giadia, or Honsik as he's called in the game, for Giadia community team in car number 39. He is at the moment on 563 points, but as this particular league are only counting the 8 best finishes, then he will be, if he finishes higher than a P12, be before this race at the beginning with the 512 points. All of these points I will probably fuck up at one point or another, but I will try and do my best to tell you and figure out who is actually the champion when we are out here. He has a 33 point gap to P1. In P2, if I can find him here in car number 1, let's see if we can find him on my lists. It is Kevin Shilari for the Racing Line Motorsports in the Ferrari 488. He is at the moment P2 in the championship standings, and he is 16 points behind our points leader of Michael Sanseco in the Audi 144. So those 3 guys will be fighting it out for the championship and the ACC Season 4 crown. We are at the moment in qualifying. There is, as you can see on top of your of the timing, there's 10 minutes and 48 seconds left of this particular session. This is a track where if you want to be in a car, you want to be in a Ferrari, in a Porsche or a Bentley, and none of our championship contenders are in any of those cars. It's an Audi versus 2 Ferraris, so it's the German versus the Italians. So it's gonna be interesting to see if how this is all gonna go. I have no idea about my sound level, so if any of you guys have any issue with hearing me, please say in the chat. I will try and see if I can communicate with the chat. I can't always be on it and see on it, but I will try much as I can. If anybody have any questions, I will try and see if I can answer them, but I won't I can't say that I have that all the time, that I can answer them. We at the moment are seeing car number 992 of Milowski in the Porsche for the FTW Racing at the currently on pole, and he is on a flying lap at the moment. Not really. No, that's an out lap. He's now coming on to the finish line, trying to see if he can start a new lap and see if he can improve on this one. I am once again trying my best to find out this overlaying and broadcasting program. We have not been the best of friends, as I can see that Dominic goals go up to P3 from P5 with a 1:21.0, which is quite a decent time out here. The pole time, of course, is a 1:20.7. Sounds good. Thank you, Hector. Thank you. I will try my best here. If any of the names are gonna be butchered, I will butcher them extremely hard. So that is a foreshadowing for what's to come out here. As at the moment we have our Audi of Makil in the best position of the championship trio. He is at the moment P4. He is on an outlap. The same as Alar. Let's just go on board with him for his lap here into the Andretti hairpin. This is a 2 party picks as he's getting traffic coming out of the pits. That's not what he wants. They need to be very, very careful in these sausage curbs on the inside. They will kill you. They are not your friend, as the AMG is moving over very nicely out there, as I would expect a lot of these drivers to do. Just, move over and as he's getting way too aggressive on the curbs. That has definitely lost him a bit of time. Let's see if he goes deep in, and he's off there again. That's probably not gonna be an improvement. He's losing times at the moment. He's 4, 5 tenths down on his last lap. Here down the corkscrew, this is an extremely big drop, and he's not really looking to improve here. So let's just see if we can get on board with Jadia instead. He is at the moment on an improvement lap. He needs to be up there. He has the most points that he needs to gain. If I have now taken out the best positions in my calculations here, he is 33 points behind. So if either of the two others finish within the top 15, he needs to get at least more than 33 points. So he really needs to get a bit of luck here to win this championship, especially with the rivals being faster than him and none of them really looking to be really happy out there. He's actually just being beaten and going down to P8. Here's a guy, Nikos Solman, as he's getting really aggressive on the curves as well. In P3, he's probably my outstanding and star of the race driver for the 8 hours. He was extremely fast around here, and the Porsche as well. So I'm just getting some messages about something else here on Discord. I'll try and keep that to minimum. I was just looking to get another guy in here, but he unfortunately couldn't be here. So you will, for the next 95 minutes, be stuck with me, and that's always a good thing. Nico, that's not an improvement. He's about 1.5 seconds slower on his last lap. But it's going to be interesting to see which one of these drivers can get up there and get the points that they need. If Sanseco is ahead of his 2 championship rivals in this race, as he is right now, and finishes there, he will win the championship easily. So that's a factor that we need to take into it. This race will be a 90-minute race, and for that they need to have a mandatory pit stop, and they also need to refueling is optional, but to be honest, I don't think that they can go more than 75 minutes on the tank of fuel, so they probably will need to refuel here. Yeah. So with only a couple of minutes left, let's see if Solomon can go on to a flyer here. He is coming across the finish line, and that's gonna be P2 with a 1:20.8. That's a fast lap time. There's not much in there, but the championship contenders are still a bit off. Sanseco is coming out of the pits. He's at a minute in at the moment in P6. Giardia out there going around. He's on an out lap. He's at the moment P8. And Kevin is at the moment P11. He's in the Audi of number 1. The two championship rival and contenders are just right in front and behind each other. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe foreshadowing of what to come with the battle. Kevin needs to be in front of Sanseco, otherwise he can't win this championship. He needs to be up there. They're so close in points. And well, only about Sanseco didn't like that. He did not like to get overtaken on the outlap. But Kevin is kind of pushing out here, trying to get the better and more free air, as they're probably coming up to some traffic. Let's go on board with him for his final dash. As he's really pushing. I thought they would just save the tires just a little bit before the qualifying lap, as he's trying to give himself space here. Going hard on the acceleration, using all of the curb that you can out there. Going into what is actually, an American turn 1 here. Up the hill, over, down. And then you now brake hard into the Adretti hairpin down to first gear. First and second apex. Just out hitting the curb, getting to the left into the next right 90-degree right-hander. And then the next one under the bridge as well. This is actually a bit more difficult than the first one. You really need to get the power right, and that's really a place where we see a lot of, mistakes. Left hander here you have on camber, which is, you just love that as a driver. As well here into the next left-handed. This is a really difficult corner to get right because of the dip and the speed you need to take down into the most difficult braking zone. And one of the most important corners, the corkscrew. This is one of the most famous corners. It drops 2 stories from the top to the bottom of corkscrew down here to turn 9, turn 10, 90-degree right-hander. But you have that on camber, which is, as a driver, you just love it. It's just an extremely nice thing because a lot of tracks now have off camber. You don't want that. And let's see if that's an improvement. And it's not. He will stay P12 for the start of this Grand Prix. As Solomon is actually on a flyer at the moment. He is coming down into the last corners. Oh, he lost a lot of time through corkscrew. And it doesn't really look like a lot of drivers out there are improving at this point in time. And he did not improve. Oh, Dominic, that's an oversteer. That's not something that you will be faster with. As we have Sanseco coming around, and where is Kevin? Kevin is here. Kevin is improving. Sanseco is still on about the same lap as before. Solari looks to be a bit faster at the moment. Ooh, as we see Dominic going way off in the background there. Completely off track. And Scolari goes across the line in P10. But Sanseco goes across the line and is still P6. So he's still in front of his 2 championship rivals. So we'll try and see if I can get this to work. Timetable. So your standings at the moment, see, this is a Porsche. You want to be in a Porsche to be around here. Milowski with the pole in front of Solman. Cruz, goals. Makowski, Sanseco, Novolowski, Shin, Honsik, Arnold, Solari, Cavlon, Pilis, 1, Barry, Brown, Fendicolet, Babin, Andrade, Sanchez, Pendergrast, Verman, Witzel, De Jong, York, Nils, and Hannah at the last place in the Lexus. Okay, let's see. See, now I have a bit of a timeout. Why do I have that? Drive. Yeah, that's where we go. So this is gonna be... You can't hear anything. Oh, you guys have no game sound. Okay, I will try and see if I can fix that. My mistake. So now I've tried to... Did that help? Of course we can't hear anything until any of the drivers are on track. No, nothing here is on purpose. Apparently everything have been changed and reset. I'm trying this out on the fly, so that's how it's gonna go sometimes. Oh, you can hear the games now. Yeah, that's good. If I go into... Because you can't hear anything at the moment. You can hear game sound. Thank you very much. Turn what down, the game sound or me? I'm trying to turn me down a bit. But yeah, I could see now on OBS that there were no game sound coming for. It should be there now. That is true. I will just we will keep an eye out on the engine sound, but you know, it's not the worst way to go, getting your heads blown out of a V8 or a V10 engine. I could find worse way to go than that, to be honest. As we're just waiting for as far as I know, there's no money prize for the championship drivers. No, it's just the honor of being an AOR champion. As far as I know, no, there's no money prize. Yeah, name recognition. Yeah, that's probably more what it is, and you can, you know, it's always an honor just to win a championship. It's not easy to do, but I don't think that they have a sponsor for this now. As we're just waiting for the last setup changes. I do believe it's rolling starts, and they have this one lap to really, you know, get everything up to temperature, tires, engine, brakes, getting the driver temperature down, you know, with pulse, nerves, and other liquids. as they are slowly driving on. As Milowski is really keen on getting underway. The others took a little bit more time, but this is at the moment in the front a Porsche galore. As we can see all the drivers out here. You can see on the overlay that at the moment it has an orange column where there's a number 1 in this side inside of the numbers. That orange means that the drivers haven't taken their mandatory pit stop. As far as I know, I'm quite new here, there's no lap that you need to take it. You can take it on lap 1 or the last lap, but you need to pit and you need to change your tires. But as I mentioned before, I think they need to refuel here. I don't think that the fuel can last for 1.5 hours. They're mainly made to be a bit more than an hour, and in the endurance race they did 75-minute stints. So we should probably see if some of these drivers will do it. Maybe have it fueled up so they pit with about an hour's driving time, or maybe a bit before, because then they can use the most of the tires. Yeah, Porsche will be on top. We did see another make that were strong here with the Bentley in the endurance race, but that's the thing when you choose a car to a championship. You need to choose it for more than one particular race, and so some tracks are good and some tracks are bad, and BOP is a lovely thing, and it's a bad word and it's a good word in all sense. But it's gonna be interesting. Let's see if who's gonna be first of the late breakers into turn 1. Is it gonna be Solman or Milowski? I'm not fan of these Polish weird names. Give me a Jason or Thomas. That's good. As they're slowly getting into start finish straight. Let's see when they will be going green. Slowly at the start finish straight soon. And we are off. And what a start from the 992. They're going in. Let's see if they can all get in here as Sanseco is getting. Ooh, he's really don't want to be pushed out there as Hansik. I think it is, has really gotten up. Yeah, he's now right behind his championship rival, but I think everybody got through turn 1 cleanly. He needs to be up there and he needs to push. Oh, just a little bit of a tap there with the Ferrari, and he's up there, but a bad start for Kevin. Really bad, poor start. He was starting right out behind his championship rival, and is now down to P11. He really needs to be up there, and now he's just getting through these first laps without too many, any contact, and just getting the car to be straight. Ooh, as he's getting up. Oh, that was close. Close to getting tapped by the AMGs there. Close to be sent into the wall, and that could have been disastrous for his championship. Oh my god, these first couple of laps, you're so nervous because you don't want anything to happen. And ooh, as we have a spinner. Who's that? As I can't see, one of the Ferraris. Oh, as we have a Jody in the grass. I can't see who that were at the moment, but we definitely had a Ferrari going completely the other way. Not really something that you want on. Thank you for that. All volumes is good. That's something I apparently couldn't change. It's not too good here. But at the moment, Milowski has taken the first lap and pole, and now he just needs to be out there, get a groove, get the tires correct. He can now, really take the pace or choose the pace. Oh, Solman is getting a bit out of hand there, just off track, and we just talked about it. It's such a difficult corner that it's easy to get wrong, and you just need to be in there. As we see back here, Hansi really want to get up there into to the further positions. He is overtaking SECA, which is important and crucial for his championship. And yeah, we have just started, and this is, as it says, lap 2. We are now going into starting lap 3 of this championship decider. I am Nicholas Domino, and I will be your commentator for this race, and we are looking to get this up and running for the next season, hopefully. But yeah, Hunting needs to get ahead of Michael Nowowski here, because he really needs to be, earn 33 points more than Sanseguin, and at the moment he's not doing that. But there's a lot of racing to go. We're still having an hour and 26 minutes. This is gonna be destructive for my voice at the end. The Porsches are the dominating car up there, and you just see that the top 6 is at the moment Porsches. Ooh, as we have the 2 championship contenders in a heated battle here, as Sanseco is getting really close, and we just see it on board here. The Audis, it looked like he had so much more acceleration out of turn 7 and up to turn 8 and 8-1, which is the corkscrew, and he's going for the inside. Sanseco, just relax. You just, as long as you can see him, you're the champion. You don't need to push that hard. Just be right there and behind him. But you can just see he's so much more confident on the braking than Jadia is at the moment, which is impressive. I thought that Jadia would be a bit more comfortable with him being one of the drivers who won the 8 hours, but that was also in the German Beetle up in front. Ooh, Sanseco is going for a move. He's showing that he's there. I think he's just trying to show Jadia that he will not be able to just run away with it, that he's here to stay and he's here to race. He's not thinking about the championship. He's thinking about just destroying his rivals. And if he can get away with Jadia up there, then that would be the easiest way to win. Just by punting your competition off the track, which we will never condone, but that is definitely a way to do it. I am just looking at the moment on this overlay and seeing what it can do for me. As here we have a battle with Solomon and Dominic for P4 at the moment. In the it is the Porsches out there who's just gonna be there, and Nika is not looking strong here at the beginning. It looks like he has a bit of damage on the side of that car. He was strong here in the endurance race, but endurance racing is something completely different from a sprint race, and this is, in all intents and purposes, a sprint race. But he won't be up there against Christoph and Cruz and Milowski. Milowski is really putting in some very fast lap times out there. The 2 guys in the front are at the moment over half a second a lap faster than the guys behind him. As we are just keeping on with this battle for the moment, as we will go on board here with Solomon on the dash cam, or is there dashboard? Nah, the dash cam. Going into Andretti hairpin, and this is a heated battle. Milowski really needs to put up the pace because he's losing a huge amount of time to the guys up front. Solman cannot, stay down here, as we just saw him change up there a bit too much, maybe. And he's losing just a little bit of time. This is a track that is such a difficult track to overtake on. But it's enjoyable to drive. It's a track that, qualifying position will be key, and it's a track that's difficult to overtake. Well, Jadia have proven me wrong on that one, as he started P12 and is now P7. But still, it's not really a track where you think, oh, we can overtake easily here. Overtaking is primarily done into turn 1 or the being a bit naughty on the braking into turn to the corkscrew or the last corner, as you just saw Sanseku showing him show that he is still here, and that Jadia should try and look backwards instead of forwards. It's an easy way of just showing that to take the focus off the driver in front. Because if you start looking in the mirrors, you're starting to drive backwards. And he wants Jadia to just get closer and closer to him so he can overtake him. But being this close to him, he's also using quite a lot of tires as well. And tires will be crucial around here. I know that they need to pit, mandatory pit stop, as we talked about. But you can just destroy your tires, just overheat them a little bit too much, and it can take a lap or two just to get them back into temperature, which can be, it can take quite a long time, as Solman is getting closer and closer to Mikowski, and it's gonna be interesting to see if he's gonna be close enough to take a dive into the last corner. And let's just see. No, he's waiting for the turn 1, trying to see if he can get a better exit. Oh, that was lovely. Just a little bit too much maybe, but a great exit. Trying to stay in the slipstream down over the turn 1, down into turn 2, which I mean is turn 1, but the Americans disagree with me. But Nico is not close enough, and this is the thing. This is a trolley train track. It's such an easy thing just to get stuck behind somebody. See, there's not the biggest gap down here. Ooh, as Sanseco have been overtaken, I think it looks like. Or has my overlay been a bit naughty? I can't see him. Why can't I find Sanseco? Have we lost our Audi driver? Have we lost our championship leader? I think we might have lost our championship leader. Oh my goodness. He's sure the overlay is going completely nuts. I think we have lost him. What a completely disaster. Disaster for the 144. I'm not sure at the moment. The my overlay is saying something. He's still shown here, but I can't click on him. I think we have lost him, guys. What a disaster. What a curveball here in the last race. Oh my goodness. A three-way battle has now gone down to two-way battle between Hansik and Solari. Now we need to completely rethink our minds and think about who's gonna win this one. A championship that looked to be... Oh my god, he lost connection. So at the moment, Sanseco will be stuck on 579 points. The guys in both Hansik and Kevin needs to just score 33 or 16 points more, and you get 100 points for just for position, for winning. Wow, I'm in shock here. Sorry guys, that's not what you want to see. You want to see that the battle on the track and not a connection loss, but that's how it goes sometimes. Hansik is definitely not gonna complain about that at the moment. I think he is looking closest to being the winner, and we will see as Milowski's getting comfortable with the dirt out there. You don't want to get so close out there, but he's looking happy. He's looking comfortable out in the front with the FTW Racing. He's still going very wide, really wide, and you don't want to go over the curves here, because it's so easy to just get the tire to just stuck, and then you will go into spin. But it's just Porsche, as the battle for the last step on the podium is still heating on. Let me just see this. Let's see if Solman is gonna try. He's closer now. He's definitely closer. He's keeping on a good exit out of the last corner. Is he gonna go for it into turn 1? He's just looking, but no, I think he's way too far behind. How are the battles down in the field? Do we have any? No, not at the moment. We have a battle here for P18 with Mike Verman and Andrade in that lovely McLaren. It looks more like a prototype than an actual GT3 car. It's such a different GT car than anything out there. I love it in the red. It's really beautiful red for that car. As the Merc of Pilas and Nick Bobby in the Porsche is battling for P13 down the field. I'm just looking at the moment. Not much is going on here. Drivers just going around, you know, trying to... Ooh, as we have the Merc of Pilas going off. As I say that's the commentator's curse. Nothing much is going on, and a Merc is just trying to see if he can spin out. That's not the way to do stuff, but you know, we get interesting things going on. We like that. Going into turn 1, he looks to have it under control. Not lost too much time to Nick there, but that was close. That was a Code Brown, a different Code Brown, as we have a battle up here with Kevin has overtaken. He's now up to P10. And he needs to get his foot in there, because he needs to be closer to Hansik if he wants a chance to win this championship. He is at the moment points leader in the championship, because our real points leader lost connection and is now out of the race and has lost the championship in the last round, unless the two others also disconnects or crashes out and not finishing the race. They just need to score points. Kevin needs to score 16 points to be ahead, but he needs to be aware of Hansik out there. As Christoph, the battle between Christoph and Solman is still really close. The Germans are battling out there, or I don't know if the drivers are Germans, but it is a Beetle. This is probably the most tuned and overpowered Beetle out there at the moment. It's such a lovely car. It's a bit difficult to drive in ACC. You know, it's a bit twitchy. But if you get it right, driving a 911, nothing really beats that feeling. Oh, as Solman is getting so close to Makowski up here. Is Makowski gonna lose it into the corkscrew? No, they're just looking at each other and just being there. But as Makowski, you don't like that. You know, you're looking in your mirrors and all you're seeing is just Porsche headlights. And if you make one mistake, you will lose position. And you just know that every corner has to be perfect. You can't, you're not allowed to miss a braking point or a turn in or anything like that. Otherwise, you know that Nico will be right there to take complete advantage of it. With an hour and 11 minutes left in this heating California lovely weather. It's at the moment 20 degrees outside, so maybe actually a bit chilly for a Californian day, summer day, but it is 26 degrees, which the track temperature. So a perfect setting for these cars. Ooh, Esmalowski's getting a bit exciting there into out of the corner, and he is really under pressure here. Going down the corkscrew, Solman just can't seem to really get any way around here, as the two guys in front are just going away in the distance. The gap between P3, the battle P3 and P4 is now more than 4 seconds behind the P2, and about 7-8 seconds behind P1. So if Solman has more pace, as he's diving in, and that was a late move, and it looks like there were contact, but Christoph is just getting on the inside there, and he did not look happy about that. That was Solman just dive bombed him. That was a dive and a half. Let's see if Dominic can get anything out of this, as AC is a bit slow with the camera. The cameramans are not the fastest in the world. They're probably, we don't pay them enough because they're just so slow. Need new cameramans. AC. Solveig is still close, but now Christoph knows that he will dive it, and he will send it. He will leg it. He will send it to the nearest post office and try and get on the inside there. And that is one of the places you can overtake, but it's a difficult place. Really difficult. As he's, oh my god, this is close. This is extremely close, as my mobile phone is apparently, as we see Christoph immediately taking the inside. He do not want to get dive bombed once again. As Dominic is trying to see if outside is an option here, but no, it's not. That's the thing. If you go for an overtake now he has Dominic behind, who can really just push and be there to say, well, if you try and overtake and miss the apex, I will be there. So now Solman's getting, trying to push and overtake, and also needs to look out for not getting overtaken by anybody else. And I'm sorry for if I'm not showing anybody else up there behind for the lesser positions, but that's really because there's not really a battle that's this close. As Dominic is he's braking way too late and almost went into the back of Solman, and now Michael Nikowski is looking to try. As there's contact, he pushed Dominic off the track. Dominic went off the track. Nikowski just completely pushed him off the track. As Jadia is looking to see if he can get up into the. As that contact, they have contact, and he now nudged Nikowski away as well. Oh my goodness, guys. We have had a lost connection and championship rivals in position as Dominic is getting past Nowowski. I think Michael might be thinking, well, if I'm just giving up the position here, then we can just call it even, and I'm not getting a penalty for that. But Jadia just got 2 places for free, as Kevin is not really looking to get up there. He's not really seem to be having the speed to overtake and get up, because he needs to be ahead of Jadia at the moment, which he is definitely not. I am getting the question if this is tier 1. Yeah, it is tier 1. What about the other 3? What other 3 at the moment, dummy? I'm not sure what your question is there, as I will just be looking slowly to try and see if I can find the championship points, so I can be having, you know, calculations. This is human calculations all the time, which is not the fastest way to do this. Jadia will at the moment get 61 points, and Kevin at this point in time will get 49. So he might still have it there, guys, at the moment. That's 12 point gap. So at the moment he's still in front of the in the championship, but he needs to stay in P10 to be there. But yeah, Dummy, what is your question about the other 3? If you can please put that in chat, then I might be able to understand what your question is all about. As Nico is looking to have lost a bit of gap up to Christoph here, which is, you know, not a good thing. He might be just trying to cool off the car and tires and brakes and stuff like that, and might have taken the best out of the tires. As Hansik is still really fighting to stay ahead of Dominic and Michael. It's not looking like he's faster than those two, but he needs to be there to try and have a chance in this championship. But the Porsches just look so dominating out there. Hansik is the highest placed non-Porsche out there in the 488, the wrong sounding Ferrari. I will say the ACC is probably the game where this car has the best sound, but it's not a Ferrari, guys. I'm just so sorry, but you know, you can claim it as a Ferrari. It looks like a Ferrari, but it's not really a Ferrari. So now I thought I saw a battle for the lead. I was like, that's interesting, but no. As Dominic is really, if he's getting closer to Hansik, he will be able to see what kind of boogeyman he has in his nose. That's close, and I think Dominic, is he going for the move? He's trying on the inside, and Hansik is just braking really late, and he's braking too late. Can he get it in there? And he defended that extremely well, as Dominic was just trying to see if he could get on the inside, but Jadia was just later than on the brakes there into turn 1 or turn 2. I'm gonna call it turn 1, but it is turn 2 because the Americans into the Andretti happen. We have seen in the past in real life some, you know, just a legendary GT battle between Bergmeister and Jan Magnussen, which just ended up in tears. But those two, if you, after this video, go onto YouTube and search Jan Magnussen versus Jürgen Bergmeister at Laguna Seca. That battle is extreme and just GT driving on its best, as the gap here as Chevillon has lost the position to 1 go. In the AMD, that is probably the best sounding car in the world. It's such an amazing growl of a car. As Kevin is just looking to try and see if he can get past here. He don't wanna be too overly aggressive, and that's what happens when you're in the championship fight. You know, you sometimes get to be a bit cautious and not going for a move when you maybe should have done. As everybody can see that the old Hendrix has joined, open up ACC. I'm sorry for my Steam. Apparently it did not work the changes I did. But yeah, Kevin is piling on the pressures on the two Mercs up in front. But at the moment he's still, you know, getting 12 points, and he is what I think it's about 13 points clear. I just have to be sure about that. Just 2 seconds. He's 17 points clear. So as it stands right now, Kevin will be your champion at the end of this round. Because we had, as if somebody has joined late, the championship leader, points leader, lost connection, with the 2 others being, well, within 33 points, and you get 100 for just starting. As Solman is in the pits, that's an early pit stop, but it looked planned. Going short at the beginning and just get out there. He knows that now he can get to the end of the race. He might have been feeling that he got stuck behind Mikowski, and maybe feeling that he had damaged his tires. Now he can get out in free air and just get those laps in, fast laps now, and try and see if he can undercut the Porsche up there. And this has put Hansik into P4. I will not recalculate the championship at the moment because people will pit and not pit and stuff like that. As we just have a look at Yorkie, who it looked to be being in a battle. That is a beautiful car. The Aston Martin, the new one, the Vantage V8. What a growl! What an amazing piece of machinery that car is. Looks amazing. We have one here, the brown car as well. They're just moving up positions. Everything at the moment is jumping around. As we have a battle here with Kevin, who is now in P6 and has overtaken one go, who's lost the position to the 56 car here, which he cannot be. He must have made a mistake. Losing 2 places like that, he's made some mistake, probably into turn 1. But at the moment, Kevin is just piling on the pressure, trying to see if he can get past the Merc boys, and trying to see if he can get out there in free air and do some. As we have one go getting into the pits. I am not a fan of these well, gamer tags thing. I will say I am a fan of real names, as Michael Nowacki has been in the pits as well. And he is in 19th place and have quite a gap up to Solman on here. This one goes still in the pits. Not much of a gap up there, as Jadia is still getting pushed by Dominic to try and see if he can get past Dominic. He, as we saw just a little bit before, I don't have more than 10-13 seconds replay, but the game freezes every time, so I'm not gonna do anything about that. But we saw a couple of laps ago that Dominic got hit by Banowski, and then Honzik tried to got past him, and then he hit Nowacki himself. As he's defending into turn 1, Dominic is really looking for it. Jadia might be thinking about just letting him by, but he can't, because he needs to get the maximum amount of points to be able to get the championship out here. It is again, just to remind everybody, the top 8 point positions that you have during a championship that will count towards the overall standings. And we know now that Sanseco in the Audi 144 he's gonna have a maximum of 579 points, and both of his championship rivals I think is over that. I will actually just have a look, 2 seconds, just because I'm not familiar with the points here at the moment. Jadia at the moment P4, it will give him 75 points. At the moment Jadia will overtake him, but he needs to be up there to be able to get past him. He needs to score at least 58 points, and for that he needs to be P7. He can't be lower than P7 to win Jadia, to at least get over Michael. And let's see for the other. And Kevin can't be lower than P13. And then of course Jadia need a or more than 17 points, as he's actually just got past. My apologies, I'm looking championship things, as he just got passed by Dominic just a moment ago. Dominic also looks to be a bit faster out there, and now Jadia might just be trying to see if he can stay within the slipstream and just, you know, try and follow and try to see if he can up his pace just a little bit, as his last lap was 123.7, as Dominic's was a 122.8, so that's almost a second faster. But the leaders at the moment, Minowski is doing, his last lap was 22 flat, which is still half a second faster than P3, and Valentin is doing about the same lap times, just about a 10th or so slower per lap than Minowski out there, but none of the other drivers can challenge them at the moment. It will be between these two to find who's gonna win this race. No doubt in my mind about that. between the two forgot to warm up drivers. As we still have Solman, who has done his pit stop. He is the highest placed driver who has done a pit stop. So we get this to work. I'm sorry, I'm just still battling with this system. As Valentin Barrett in the Aston Martin is definitely looking to try and get past the AMG. He's forcing his way into the Andretti hairpin, and there were no defending for the AMG of 56 to try and defend from the mighty Aston Martin of Valentine by TX3, who just really wanted to get past her, and he's now up to P7, as Kevin at the moment is P6 and is, well, I will not say right behind, but he's a position behind Jadia, but there's quite a big gap between those two. But it's the points that counts and not the gap. He can be 2 laps behind, but if he's still the next position, then it doesn't matter. He's 15 seconds behind Hunsick. That's a lot. Then he needs to be careful that that looks to be quite a lot of time that he needs to get up there. As we see a car off. That was Cavalon, who were off track in the background. I will say the MG, it's nice, it's big, but it's not really good to dig up dirt. It has the horsepower to do so, but I think that there will be other tools out there which would be better to dig up dirt than the front spoiler of an MG. That's just, one man's opinion. I'm not here judging him. As Lucky is apparently out of the race as well. He's at least not on my clicking overlay. But drivers are slowly just getting pit stopping. In this 90-minute race, it is a small endurance race from the 60-minute sprint that they are used to. You need that half an hour. If you have not practiced for it and don't have the telemetry or knowledge of tires and fuel and how the car is going to behave, you can really be on the back foot, because that half an hour is your tires are just gonna be destroyed after such a race. We heard that a lot of drivers after the first 10-15 laps, the tires were good at that point, and after that the tires were just Pirelli tires to drive on. Really not a good rubber. Well, these are Pirelli as well, but Formula 1 Pirelli, not optimized Pirelli. It's just not a good tire to be on. As Hunsick is really losing time. Dominic is flying out there. He's on the pace with the fastest drivers out there, as he's at the moment in some traffic. Let's see if he can get past here quite easily, or if the 922 car is not gonna just let him by. He should be though, and that's easy. He will have lost a little bit of time there, but I don't think it's too extreme, as he's putting in a 122. Sorry about that. 122.3 on his last lap, which were the 3rd fastest time. So he's definitely up there. He's slowly getting closer and closer to Christoph. About 2 or 3 tenths a lap. So Christoph needs to pick up his pace. As we just look down, there's not too many battles going on at the moment. Drivers are kind of spread out, which we do tend to see. As there's a battle here. Gabrion, who has pitted, who is now behind the Ferrari of Kieran in the Comrade Gaming Ferrari. Both of these have pitted. That Ferrari looks to be in not the greatest shape on the left side. Looks to have some war paint or battle damage, having rubbed some paint with somebody else. If anybody is finding this green and black paint on their car, we know where it's missing from. Please let it be glossy. We have a search warrant out there, guys. We have a search warrant. Asjadia looks to be in a bit of traffic here. Actually, just right behind those two. Car number 77, I think, were. Yeah, of Arnold. That's a lovely Ferrari paint scheme, to be honest. But yeah, Jadia is just losing a huge amount of time at the moment. With these lap times, he should probably pit now. Let's see if he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna be tactical and do the pit stop. Into the pits comes one of our two championship contenders, as Kevin is still quite a bit behind him, but he's still keeping on. He has fresh air. He's now able to just, posting those lap times, getting them done. We're about doing mid 22s at the moment, so tires is still okay. Not the greatest, but not the worst as well. Let's just go on board for a lap with the Ferrari, which is still a bit weird sounding, but this is definitely the best game for the Ferrari.
You're halfway through, keep pushing.
And that is one lap around Leguna. We will probably be there again later. As Valentin has pitted from P2. Let's see if he can get out into free. He had quite a bit of gap, as Christoph has pitted as well. And Gomez, Dominic as well down here. But Solman has overtaken a couple of them, and is he getting? He overtook Christoph quite a lot. The undercut definitely worked there. He has also been able to just post extremely fast lap times. He's been high 2021s, low 22s. Which is quite a bit faster, and Kevin might be, his last time was 23.3, so he needs to be in the mid 22s, otherwise he should probably be thinking about pitting, as he's at the moment in the middle of a lot of traffic. I'm not sure that the traffic is obliged to just get away as Nils is having a 30-second stop and go penalty for what I have no idea. I can't see on here. At the moment, Kevin is leading the race with Valentin Barret in the TX3. Ooh, as Kevin was just getting a bit 10 to wide out there. But as the TX3 car in P2 is also one of the twos who haven't pitted yet. Oh, Kevin, you're holding up the guys behind who are on fresher tires. Don't be in that battle. Don't be. You are at the moment leading the season 4 championship, and he's flashing the headlights of Yorkie. Is Yorkie gonna just let him by? I think he has acknowledged it, and yeah, Yorkie just let him drive by there. But now Yorkie needs to be aware of Pillars. Ooh, is that contact? Contact? Can they hold it? No. What an offset. Yorkie just went on. The 87 Mercedes AMG of Pellas just got spun around. He was looking for a move, and he was looking for a space that were there, but Yorkie might have closed it in a little bit, and what could have been? Yorkie definitely not normally a dirty driver, and we can't say anything about that, but he might have closed the door a little bit there for the geodesical racing team. As Jadia has done his pit stop and is at the moment P8, which is not enough to win this championship. But Barrier is in the pits, and now he will have that crucial 7th position, which at the moment will get him ahead of Sanseco in the championship, which is crucial. But Solari is still going out there and just driving around, trying to see if he can stretch this set of tires as long as possible, so he might have been having a little bit faster times at the end of the race. But some of the other drivers are just faster behind him, really fast. As we have Milowski on his first qualifying lap after being in the pits. A 21.9, so he's at the moment 7/10 faster than Solari out in front, which is quite a lot. But yeah, in the ACC, for the things to be other. Oh, I got it. Sanseco champion. He's probably not gonna be He has a disconnect and is not in the race at the current time. He can maximum get 579 points, and at the moment his 2 championship rivals are outscoring him. So at this point in time he will be P3 in the championship. So Sanseco will not be the season 4 champion as it stands right now. He needs Jadia to be P8 or lower, and Kevin Solari to be 13 or lower to be the champion. But yeah, coming up soon in the ACC Endurance Championship is the 12 hours of Suzuka, as we have Solari in the pits. The 12 hours of Suzuka, which will be a multi-class race. It's gonna be a lot interesting. 4 different classes, 2 in the GT3 and 2 in the GT4 at the moment. How it's gonna pan out with sign-ups and stuff like that, we will see, but that's at least the plan at the moment. It's gonna be interesting to see how the GT4s and GT3s on track will be, and how traffic will be completely different thing, as Solari has just completely undercut everybody and is now P5 and ahead of Hansik, and is at the moment in driver's seats to be the champion. Hansik needs to outscore Solari, and he is not at the moment. Solari just, I think he underfueled there. Didn't have to put in as much fuel with the tires and stuff like that. A shorter pit stop, master stroke by Solari, and is now the driver's seats P5 to be the season 4 champion. How's everybody out there? Lovely season. I hope that the next season will be just as thrilling as this season will be have been. We are looking as Dominic and Hansik are battling for P7 or now P6, as Jadia just have the inside here. Dominic on the outside. We saw these two drivers battling out before. As Dominic is going for the inside, he was just having a look and he had to back out of that. Think twice about that one. But we saw him being the faster of the two drivers. He's exited. Nice. Exited. I have driven with you in the ACC league. Interesting. Okay. Now I know who you are. But Dominic here getting closer and closer. He was looking to be a lot faster than Hansik before the pit stops, and he's still looking to be really close. And such a shame that he got past him in the pits because he had the pace with the top guys. He was at the one point the second fastest driver on track, but the top guys are still. As we see a little of a wobble out there, wobble. That's that can't be good for tires or brown pants. Will make you brown pants. Getting just a little bit there, but he's definitely overdriving, trying to get past Hansik at the moment, which who you don't want to be. As Milowski's looking to have a little bit of lag at the moment, or quite a bit of lag at the moment. It would be sad to see if he's getting disconnected as well, as we have had our championship leader disconnect for this race, which has just completely turned the championship around. And we will have either Solari or Hansik / Jadia being the champion after this particular round. As the battle between Dominic and Jadia is still one of the closest ones. We have here Nick, and who is behind him? That is Savalon. I'm gonna pronounce. As I said before, I'm gonna butcher names completely. I normally have another commentator who can say the names, and I'm just answering questions. So this is a touch contact and a big off into the corkscrew, and drivers had to take averted action. That was also kind of optimistic by Solon to try and get it on the inside there, as Kieran has just gained 2 positions for that battle, which he will just say, well, thank you guys, Christmas came early. As the battle between Hansik and Dominic has not really cooled off. They're still battling and getting closer and closer to Kevin. Interesting to see if our championship rivals are gonna battle it out on track. Hansik, on the other hand, needs 17 points more than Kevin, which he's not getting at the moment. But yeah, as I said before, on the 29th of August, I think it is, we have the 12 hours of Suzuka, our endurance race. If you want to join us for that, in either on the stream and seeing it, and I will hopefully be joined by somebody else this time. Or if you want to participate in the race, you can still sign up. We, want everybody just to join. The more the merrier, because we need a big grid for these type of races, and it's such fun, find a couple of friends and driving an endurance race. There's nothing like it. These sprint races are, you're solo, you're sitting down there and you're just on the ragged edge, and these cars are just having the next thrown out there. It's just, they're just being so much on the limit. But an endurance race, such a different category of just driving or discipline of driving, and you need to be not just fast over one lap or over an hour. You need to be fast over 12 hours, but you also need to not make any mistakes, and just getting through traffic, as we will have it multi-class, which I'm really looking forward to. I enjoy the GT4s. I enjoyed the GT3s in here in ACC, and it's just gonna be amazing. So I hope you will all join us for that. Has the Aor Standings. Yeah, as so that, I'm guessing, is an update for the standings. Apparently that the one is at the moment. Sanseco will be this will be his worst race with a disconnect and the lowest position he's been on. So he will end his championship on 579 points. And at the moment, Hunsick is beating him, but he will be P2 with I'm not sure how many points, but he needs to be above P7 to get the amount of points that he needs. And then Kevin at the moment is leading the championship as it stands right now, as Hunsick is getting closer and closer and closer. Kevin needs to be P13 to win against Sanseco, and he needs to be at least 17 points in ahead of Jadia to win this championship. And at the moment he's in front of him, so he's winning the championship quite comfortably. But Jadia and Dominic is definitely getting closer and closer and closer. Oh, he's pushing extremely hard. It's gonna be interesting to see if Kevin is definitely defending here into the corner, and he's getting wide. He's getting wide. Don't go off the track. The two championship leaders are side by side, and Jadia has passed him, and now Dominic will get past him as well. Think about the championship, Kevin. You don't want to be fighting with these two drivers. Just let them drive. You have 17 points in hand. And he's just... But the drivers... But once... You have the saying that when the visor's down, you don't think, you're just going for it. And the same is when... As soon as the race go green in here, we don't have a visor, but we have the wheel and the mouse. As soon as the mouse is getting off the hand, you don't think about anything here. As Dominic is going for the inside, as we have seen before, can he get it to work? Kevin just accepting it a bit there. And is he gonna for the under-over? No, he's just staying there behind. Dominic has accepted that these two are faster than him. And now Dominic is looking ahead. Can he get past Hunsick again to be get up to that P5 and try to see if he can get into the lead pair. So we're just having a look at Nico up here, who is getting closer and closer and closer to Valentin, whom I think he is in team with. Yeah, they are in the same team. Car number 991. He's at the moment trying to lap one of the more beautiful Aston Martins out there, and that should be fairly easy if you're just playing a bit of ball. Let's just take one lap with him here. So we will go for the dash with the Porsche. enjoy sometimes just being on board with these drivers. I'm not as fast, especially not in GT3 machinery. I enjoy a bit of more downforce based cars, like like an LMP1. But I enjoy seeing these drivers just really pushing the machinery to the fullest and seeing what they can do. As yeah, I'm sorry about when I jump to cars. It's just I have a gap between drivers, but I don't have a gap between the positions. It's just in front and behind them. So sometimes it says that there's battle when it's just lap traffic. But yeah, just enjoy these. Which car guys out there? Which guys do you like driving most of the GT3s? Please comment in the chat, and we can. I want to see which of these amazing GT3 cars are the most favorite out there between the amazing viewers of AOR here. Me personally, I enjoy the AMG, especially in wet weather. Apparently, I really like it there. Enjoy driving the Boatley, and of course the Aston Martin, which I think is probably more of the easier car to drive. I just really know where I have it, and I can really push in those cars. So that's at least my favorites. Those three cars. What is your guys' top 3? Please comment in the chat. As the battle is still raging on, we have at the moment leading the race with a huge amount of lag, Milowski, which is why I haven't really looked at him. As you can see, he's the flying Porsche, with the Valentin Cruz in P2, with a healthy gap to Nico, who's slowly trying to see if he can gather in his Porsche. And then Christoph, who got overtaken in the pits. So interesting to see if he can get to Solomon at the end of this race. I don't think so, but you know, maybe. Then we have Jadia in P5 at the moment, and you just see that, you know, this would have been enough to secure the championship if Solari were not there, but at the moment he's not really getting the points that he needs. Exited or Dominic, who is at the moment P6, and he has been over that Ferrari for the whole race. He's also passed that Ferrari, so he knows how to do it, but he just needs to be a lot closer. Then we have Kevin in P7, at the moment your current championship leader, and I think by the looks of the number also your current champion, defending champion, so that might be there. Mikhail Nowowski, who is at the moment P8 in the Porsche. He's lost quite a bit, but we saw him have some damage and battles with Dominic and Jadi up there. Andrade P9, and then the first AMG tank out there, one go in P40 or in car number 44 in P10. As we will get back up to the battle between Jadia and Exited for P5 here. And let's see if Exited can get closer and closer and closer. Let's jump on board with the Porsche here. Let's see. I think he might be a bit too far behind, but let's see if he want to dive. If he can dive, he's going for the inside. No, he's thinking about it. And Jadia just brakes a little bit too late, but not enough that the Exited can get on the inside. Dominic Exited, I have more names here. But with only 21 minutes left of this race, he needs to get past soon. He don't have all day. It's quite a battle out there. Jadia just getting just a tad too wide in turn 7 there, and getting into the braking. Ooh, Dominic is getting so close, but maybe not being able to hit the apex as well as he wanted. It's such a difficult track to overtake. You just need the guy in front of you to make a mistake, and we know that Jadia is not a fan of making mistakes. He's not making a lot of them, but he might be, a bit worried at the moment, getting pushed as much as he is. That Porsche is, and he's on high beam as well, Dominic, which is always the thing that you need. You need the high beam when you're pushing people you can't see, so you of course need the high beam. Of course, it also had the effect that the guy in front can't see anything behind. Ooh, Jadia is just getting a tad wide into that gotta be turn 4. 5 getting up to turn 6 here. This left corner. This is where the whole lap is decided. If you get this corner right, then you can get closer, so you can get slipstream and you can stay close into the overtaking zones in corkscrew. And if you don't there, just be able to get it closer and closer and closer into then take it into turn 2, into the Andretti happen. But Dominic is just, he's fighting, but the thing is, has he taken the most out of his tires, or hasn't he? That's the important question. But it's gonna be interesting, and this season we haven't really been able to follow, but we definitely have a dramatic ending to it. With the championship leader, what a way to lose a championship as well, by disconnect. Sanseco gotta be so disappointed. He was pushing at the beginning to overtake Jadia, and he was ahead of both of his championship rivals. He was doing everything that he needed to be, and then just losing that connection. Oh my god, it's gotta be so devastating. losing a championship in that way when you have been just driving so well all season. But yeah, for anybody who now we're finally done here, keep an eye out on the forums. The GT4 season is at the moment on the way, and as far as I know, it's not a long season, so it's just as Dominic is getting closer. See, every time I'm trying to promote something, it's he's going to the inside, outside. Is he gonna go for the long round? You can't do it there, and Hansi just defended beautifully into the Andretti hairpin. Just placed his car in the middle. It did not do anything too extreme there, but Dominic is, he won to send it, and he has the speed, and I think within a couple of laps he will probably get it. But no, yeah, the GT4 league is at the moment quite a short league, just a trial, and will probably run alongside this the GT3 league next season. It's run on Fridays, so keep an eye out for that. If anybody want to join it, we again, new cars. We want to get it up and running with as many tiers as we can, and everybody is welcome in Aor. What we want is clean racing. If you're fast or if you're not, you might not be alien, but if you're clean, there will always be somebody there for you to race and getting into the community. And again, we have the endurance racing, the ACC. I will also, because I can, just say a bit. We also have on Mondays. If you're not doing anything on a Monday, tune in to the iRacing GT League. We at the moment have break next week, but on next Monday we will be back again. We just were on Nordschleifer. We're going to take a look at that. That was a race of attrition with a lot of cars going off track. It's such a difficult track, and a track that I think could really benefit ACC to have Nordschleifer. I'm not a fan of driving Nordschleifer. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I think GT3, GT4s, an endurance race around there could be really fun. So that could be something for it. So Kevin is leading the championship. Yeah, he is at the moment. He is leading the championship. As I just lost my pin. He's leading it with a couple of points. Jadia needs to outscore him by 17 points, and at the moment he's not, as Dominic is going for the inside, and Jadia is just not letting up there. Oh, no, that could not be in contact. That was so close. Dominic is really pushing out there. Let's just try and see if we can get on Andre for a lap here, and let's just go on cockpit with the McLaren just for one lap here, as I'm just checking something out. Be right back. as that was one lap with the Mason McLarens. I am just updating the championship at the moment, just to make sure that I have everything correct. At the moment, if Hansik can stay ahead of Dominic, he will be on 591 points. And when I'm talking about this, that was the last time when Dominic got past him, so he will probably get past Hansik the second I'm beginning to talk about this. Let me just see. At the moment, as we have Hansik off, he's now lost the position to Dominic. Kevin is definitely getting there. Kevin at the moment on 602 points. So at the moment, championship leader by about 12 points. But now Hansik will get less points, and that is not what he wanted. He was already not leading the championship, and he is not again now. Oh my goodness, he went completely off there. What happened? I'm just gonna try and see if I can use this. I have no control over this. We just now have to let this one go. Thank you. Hansik P6 and Kevin P7. Ooh, as Kevin is off. Kevin is off the track. And just getting slowly on. Don't go off. You are at the moment will be champion. You have, quite a big margin down to Nowalski, who is in P8. And then we have Andre in P9 with Valentin in P10. So he has quite a gap down there. He just needs to get the car, stay on track and not smash the car, as Jadia has lost the position to Dominic, as he didn't want to, because that means that he cannot gain the amount of positions to be champion. But if he wanted to be champion, he needed to get past his own teammate Christoph as well. Not that we haven't seen championship decided on teammates before in racing, but I'm not sure that Christoph, or Gecko as he's called here, will have given up the place for Jadia with only 10 minutes left of this race. As our leader in the race has finally gotten his lag on the way. Or it might be me who's lagging now, I don't know. Milowski, no, he's still lagging a bit. Milowski's still out there. He's been driving a phenomenal race. As Cruz is really having a lot of traffic here. And that is Solman behind him. Trying to get past the AMGs. And is trying to see if he can. Where's my fucking phone going off? Trying to see if he can get in there and get the P2 overall with his teammate. A battle for the podium between the teammates. It's gonna go all the way down to the wire. As we've seen before, this is not an easy track to overtake on. And forgot to warm up drives. They have forgotten to warm up, but I think that Valentin might be having quite a heated cockpit at the moment, as we are seeing the leader up there, Mikowski, who they're actually getting a bit closer to. I'm thinking Mikowski. I'm just calling him a lot of weird names at the moment. I'm sorry, I'm just butchering all these names, and I'm really good at it. If I'm good at anything, it's butchering names. But the battle for the leads are heating up at the moment, with only 8 minutes left. About 6 laps. As we have battles behind, that's Nicky Babin and Calendar 56. who's battling quite hard there. But Solman is getting closer to Cross, and Cross is getting closer to Milowski, and Milowski is just, well, he has just posted a 21.8. He might have lost a lot of time in the traffic, and with his amount of lag at the moment, I have no idea, you know, if it's just me or if the drivers have it or what is going on there. Oh, yep. I will apologize for the flying Porsche, but I can't control if it's flying or not. It looks really weird as well on my screen, but that is the power of the internet in the world. It shouldn't be me. I haven't really had any issues with the internet, so I think it might be Milowski, who's, oh my goodness me, that is a lot of lag. And his lap times are also quite all over the place at the moment. If I were Valentin or Solman, I will be a bit nervous, because you have no idea where the driver is. No idea. You can be in front and suddenly he's inside of your own car and off track and on track, and it's just everywhere. But on the last lap, Solman were half a second faster than Valentin, as we just see the flying Porsche up there. He's been flying all day, both in lap times and apparently now also in car. The winner of this race will probably be defying the laws of gravity if nothing else is happening. I say that as I, completely commentator curses everything here. But I think we will stay with this battle until the end. At the moment, with 5 minutes left of this 90-minute race we've had. It has not been a race of, overtakes laps by lap by lap, but that's not GT3 racing. GT3 racing is close and fair driving. We've seen some unfair driving as well. Robbing is racing in some series. It's not too much in GT3s, but you can get away with it. We've seen championship being decided on the internet, as our championship leader has lost his connection and will not gain any points for this race. We have seen battles hard and drivers getting hit off track. We've seen a track that is amazing to drive on, perfect conditions for drivers, but with that also a very difficult track to overtake. A lot of fun, nice corners. We have one of the most famous with the corkscrew. We are at the moment also having a car literally flying due to lag up there. I predicted that this will be a Porsche dominating race, which it has been. I'm interested to see what they do next season. Will there be BOP changes? They can't do it in the game, but they should be allowed to by Kunos. That's a feature. Kunos, if you're here, that's a feature we want to do. We want to do our own BOP. But if any cars would be ban worthy or anything like that, I like GT3 racing and I like the GT3 league, because we have so many amazing looking cars and amazing sounding cars. We have so many amazing drivers driving the cars. But it's gonna be interesting to see if we're just gonna have Porsches all over the way, as we still having a flying out there. I'm just looking down to see if there are any battles out here. There's not really. Oh, the battle between Colon and Nick Babin is still raging on, right behind the leaders, and in front of P. I can't see him. Ooh, as Babin is just going on the outside, just looking. Can he go there? No, he will probably not be able to. That's not ever gonna be a place that you can overtake. On the outside of turn 2, turn 3. Ooh, as the AMG is just getting a wheel bit too much out in the grass. In there, and they're still battling for this position. Getting lost there. I have no idea why Cryptic is commentating the same race, but no, this is the official. I have no idea who he is. If you want to commentate on the race, he should contact the Aor official guys. I have no idea why they are transmitting it and commentating on it at the same time. But I am the official stream at the moment, and we are on our official last lap of the season. I'm sorry, but I can't look at the leader. It has been Porsche throughout this race, and I think Nico will get his P3. I'm not sure he has the pace to get up there. He's way too far behind on this short track of only about 3 miles. It's not a long track around Leguna SECA, as we also have, laps in the 122s and 23s. You are on the throttle for the most of it. But yeah, coming in to the last corner here, and your winner, Milowski, for the last round of the season 4 of ACC, and he wins the Leguna SECA Grand Prix. Valentin and Nico getting, over the start finish in formation, with Christoph getting over in P4. And Dominic, Dominic, who is my driver of the day, with extremely fun and good racing out there, he gets over in P5. Jadia in P6, who will take P2 in the championship. But here in car number 1, the Ferrari of Kevin Solari will be your champion of season 4 after the unfortunate events with our points leader going into the championship, losing connection to the server. Kevin Solari, Aor champion. Michael Nowowski will be P8. Valentin Barry will be P9, and the AMG of OneGo will be P10. What a race! What a race. It's, again, a race of just staying there, getting, not being in trouble. That's the thing that will win you this stuff. So let's just see if we can get up here. I'll just wait a bit to see if any of the leaders, as Stellari is now doing some victory donuts. Let's see if he can do it. He was just that. You want to do that one more time, Kevin? Come on. No, he's just blinking, flashing his headlights. going slowly around the track, and he will be the winner of this season. What an amazing season. Again, keep an eye out on the Aor league or the Aor forums about information for next season and when it will start, and what will happen to it. People are just talking about stuff. Yeah. What will happen with the GT4s and GT3 leagues? Keep an eye out on the forums, and we will try and keep you updated there. It doesn't really look like a lot of the drivers will be coming to interview, so I will just let Kevin get into the pits. And I can also say that we are working very hard on trying to see if we can get an official stream up for the next season. It will probably be with myself and one other, as Kevin is just trying to see if he can make more boost. No, he's just losing it. But we will try and see if we can get a regular stream up and going, and see if we can do something for the next season, as he's going past the pit lane there. But yeah, I have been, I am Nicholas Domino, and I will say thank you for everybody who joined in this amazing stream and this amazing season. Thank you for this season, and I hope to see a lot of you guys, if not on track, then being on the stream together with me and joining this amazing series. We will get it on running for the next season with these amazing cars. And all I can say is congratulations, Kevin and the other drivers.